Hey guys, Coffee here. Welcome back to another video on Eternal Magic. So today I wanted to do a silver guide and show you guys a couple of tips that I've learned when I've been playing the Russian game. Silver's a very valuable currency. You're going to be getting 2 or 3 million of it while you're leveling, and you're going to think that you're quite rich, but that's actually not the case because you need a lot of it. So in this video we're going to cover some of the very basics on how you can get started, just selling items and such. Then I'm also going to be talking about how you can save silver because you will explode, you will lose all your money if you go and purchase certain things from certain NPCs, but there's other methods you can do it to save your money. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about an absolutely crucial guide that I've been writing up, a document that will potentially make you a lot of silver or not silver. It could be art items which you can turn into silver, or just items that you can turn into gold. So make sure you check out that guide once I've put that up. I'll put that in the link below. Alright, so first of all, let's begin with the auction house. It's pretty self-explanatory, just like in most games. This is Harvey here. You'll be able to sell items that are no longer special. So if you purchase this item here, for example, from the auction house, you won't be able to sell it back. But if you've got it from a dungeon, then you can sell it yourself for a price, depending on how many times people are buying it and selling it. It's a game-controlled auction house, but the players kind of decide what the price is going to be. So you would obviously only do this with items that you do not need. You can do it with a range of different items that you'll get from doing treasure maps and the patrol quests, which we'll talk about in a second. But some of these items you will need, and really it's just a method for you to get silver, but eventually you're going to need to spend this silver in order to upgrade your tactical training, your enhancement, and all that other stuff. But you need to decide for yourself what's the best way to spend your silver at first. Okay, so we've talked about the auction house. Let's go over to this guy here. I'm going to tell you guys before, in case you get off the video quickly, I want to show you this guy here. So he does a daily event, Benjamin Barton, and what he does, he asks you 6 questions, and those questions change every day. Usually there's 2 or 3 chapters in these 6 questions that he's going to ask you. If you answer all 6 questions correct, then you've got a chance. It's not a very high chance. It says the best players with the highest answers will get a small reward at a certain server time. Now, I've done this and got 6 out of 6 a number of times, and I've got some really cool rewards, some of them worth 500,000 silver each. So you definitely want to get all 6 right and be in a running for some good rewards. So I will show you guys the document real quick, so what you can expect. This is a document that I've been writing up, and I will continue to update whenever new questions come, because I've just got a whole bunch of different got a number of different characters on Russian that I'm running through this event every day, trying to get all of these questions and answers for you guys. Of course, when it comes to OBT, it will be a little bit different just because of the translations, but I will fix that up. So make sure you do that guy every single day. Definitely worthwhile. Right, so now we're going to go to the guild house, and on the way I'm going to be talking about obviously the dailies and the stuff that you should be doing. So some of this stuff that you should be doing every day, and it's just a method of making money, but I really want to make sure that you guys actually do it. So first of all, we have the daily quest guy here. That's the first thing you should be completing. I've said this in other videos. Complete him first because he gives you a gem. Then you can provide that gem to this goddess here, and she can give you a buff. Sometimes that buff will be 10% extra treasure for treasure maps and such, which you need to do the treasure maps because they're going to be a primary source of your income, not just for silver, but for gold and rare pets and everything else. Okay, so those that don't know about this interface here, you can just press this button up top and I'll open it up. The main thing that you want to be focusing on is completing this activity down here. So the goal is that you need to actually complete this patrol quest. As an example, when you complete the 15 steps of that patrol quest, then it will give you 105 activity points, and those points will fill up this chest down the bottom. So the chests, they give you an item for one, which is usually useful, but the energy is also extremely important. So it gives you about 1,000 energy overall for completing the entire free chest in a day. So to do that, you would need to do a couple of these different events, because each event gives you some points. So I would recommend the patrol quest first off to begin with, and then you want to do the mercenary quest and the treasure map quest. These are very, very important to do. Obviously this is going to give you lots of silver, and this is going to give you the maps. That's going to give you a variation of different items that are incredibly important. I would also do the free normal looking for group instances, because you do it with a new player, that has a new player status. He can like you, and when he does like you, at the end of the dungeon, they will give you a beginner's chest, which is worth 35k silver, and you can do that 3 times in a day. And that just happens to be how many dungeons do you need to do in a day in order to complete this. So that's an extra 100k silver there. Sacrifice the gods. It is something you can do in order to get activity, but it's going to cost you money. It's not going to make you money. Heroic instance, you know, this is very good, and people may not realize it at first, but when you're actually going around and you're killing the mobs in each of the dungeons, they actually drop roughly 900 silver each. So AoE builds and try and kill all of the trash if you can, because it only takes 10 minutes and you could collect yourself 50k per person that's in there, give or take. So it is worthwhile doing those and spamming them. So the boss arrest warrant, you know, this can give you a range of different items, because you get like I can't remember what it's called, a roulette basically. Some of the items are really good, and of course you get gold. So those are the ones that you're going to get pretty much every day, and you do want to try and complete these where you can. Then we have these other things like quiz and treasure race and stuff like that. If you're around, always just make sure you check on them, check what time they're going to be active in the game, and get it. So if you have a look at the interface as a whole, you can see that there's a basic symbol on most of these. For example, you know, that's the gold symbol and it's blue behind it, so it means it's going to be fairly good. But then of course this one's purple, so it's going to be a lot more gold. So make sure you get the purple ones and above done first. That pretty much covers everything you need to know for the Chaos Crystal. Going back to the energy system, this is why I've come down to the guild house here. So the energy system allows you to craft different items. So these items are needed in order to craft different weapons. They're needed for sacrificing to the gods over here. Can't actually do it here. Which will give you stat gains. So that's going to be extremely expensive. But you can actually make money with your energy. But you only make about 200k, 250k when you're level 3 or level 4 in crafting, depending on how much and how patient you are with the items that you're trying to sell. But when you get to level 6 and level 7, the items between the variation between the smaller, the cheap version of the item and the expensive item, expensive version of that item, the percentage is the same roughly, but the number is a lot higher. So the higher crafting level you have, as an example, this will sell for 2 to 3k, and it would normally be between 2,000 and 2,500 or 3,500. But later on, the items is 50k, so it'll be between 44k and 56k or 60k as an example. So there's a larger profit that you can make per item. It costs more energy and it costs more silver in order to produce these items. As you can see, it's going to continue to double, but it's definitely worth going for the higher levels. And it also, because you're going to be making, it's going to cost you a lot more energy and stuff, it means that you've got less stuff on the auction house, therefore you can sell other items. Anyway, so that's good to know. So the reason that I come down here, rambling on here, is I wanted to show you this person here. So she can teach you crafting, and this is the place that's going to primarily take you in the game or to start your training. But it's very expensive here. So if you have a look at the price here, for me to go to 4 to 7 or 4 to 6, sorry, it's going to cost me 500k silver. Okay, so 500k silver is approximate. No, if you're an average player, you just do your dungeons and stuff, like you do just this stuff and you do your dungeons, you're going to make 1 million, 1.4 million a day, maybe. It just depends on your luck. You might get really lucky. So 500k silver is kind of a lot, yeah? But this is where you really need to take advantage of your guild and the guild functions. So every single day you should be coming in here. This is a method for you to save money. Is you need to come to guild investment, and you need to invest different items. So you can invest the items that you crafted with your energy, and you could just make your contribution go up that way. The higher the crafting item that you actually make, more contribution points you get. So this is only trying to give me 1 contribution, but that's because it's a rank 1 of the crafting type. However, if it was like rank 5, then it's going to give me like 16 points per one. So it's still definitely worth doing it. And basically, you use these contribution points in order to upgrade this. So it's only going to be 165. So I've already gone ahead and I've done the math very briefly on a couple of different ranks on different characters. And to level up this as an example, it would cost me about 120 to 140k silver overall by crafting my own items and invested in here instead of the 500k silver. So you can only get X amount. You can only get 160 contribution points, was it? 120. Yeah, 120 a day. That's all you can get. However, it's worthwhile doing because you're saving 200, 300, 400,000 silver, depending on what level you're going for at the time. It will take you a little while longer, but there's no rush, right? Okay, so the other thing that I want to speak to in here while I'm, in the guild house, if you have a look at the guild buildings, the guild leader will be leveling up this thing here, the University of Magic. This basically allows it so you get mana every hour, and there's only so much mana that you can hold. So I spoke briefly before how tactical training was going to cost you a lot. Well, using this person here in your guild house is a method in order to save your money. So I already crunched the numbers on a couple of my characters like I did with the upgrade with the contribution. And doing it this way saves me like nearly half of the silver that I was going to spend on the outside at the town. So you get bonuses and stuff when you sacrifice X amount of items, and you might get 3,000 points as an example. But every day you won't be able to afford that stuff unless you go ahead and you purchase silver in the game. So depending on, like, you only get between 1 million and 1.5 million silver per day. And some of the other things that you need to upgrade your astrology and all this other stuff, you can't really afford to spend all that silver on the tactical training in town. So you definitely want to spend it here because it's actually important to upgrade this because it's all percentage based. So it will really gain, it will give you a lot of gains as long as you keep doing it. So you need to do it. But I just recommend that you don't do the one in town unless you've got a lot of silver, okay? Quite frankly. But most of us won't have that. We will come here and come to the guild house and train it here because it's going to be cheaper. Okay, so I just decided to check my mail really quick. I was trying to think about what else I could tell you guys. And here we are. Look at this. Book Restoration. This is the event that I was telling you about before with the document that I just showed you guys for all the questions and answers. So I got the this item here. So this item is what I got the other day as well. It's worth 500k silver. So if you were to do the questions and you got this item over somebody that didn't, well, you've made like 30% more silver than they have by doing basically 2 minutes work. So make sure you guys follow that guide. I will be upgrading it, updating it with the questions and answers, and this will be on the different servers. It will relate to everybody. So make sure you guys follow that. Make sure you do it and be in the chance of getting some good stuff like I have right here. Before I wrap up the video, I want to quickly talk about one other thing. We have we have several currencies in this game, but the other primary currency that you really need to know about, and I didn't pick up for my first week of gameplay, is the gold currency. So if you press V, it's going to open up the mall. And at first you'll be like, well, how do I get gold? You mainly get gold from treasure maps, and in those treasure maps you will sell different items to the mall that aren't actually relevant to you. I've gone over this in my pet guide, and it's very, very important, some of these items, so make sure you're familiar with this and how it all works. So you're going to be getting different items, none of which I have right now. They're going to be books and stuff that you can trade for, put onto your pets, but they will usually not be relevant to the pets that you're using. So you would just sell that, or you can sell the spirit stones. For example, this one here, soul stone level 4. Now this is a little tip that is very, very important and you need to take advantage of. I'm going to be running to town to show you guys. So you will get a handful of these. Sometimes you will get 10 of them. As an example, if you are playing for a week, you'll get 10 of these from a chest, and you can sell those 10 in the mall here for, I think they were 2,000 gold each. But you're like, okay, well, I need spirit, because spirit's very important. It's also another method of increasing your stats. But that's not what I'm going to show you guys. There's a shop up here that I'm trying to run to that will allow you to buy stuff that is cheaper than it would be on the store. But you need to actually go to her, and that's this person over here, Lena. Trying to give you an example. Hang on. Put this over here. Okay, cool. So this person here, she's trying to sell the soulstone level 3, 5 of them for 1,300 gold. Okay. Now, if you get level 3s, and you look over here, soulstone level 3 price 1,882. So that means that if I had soulstone 3s, which you get them frequently from just playing the game in general, you can sell them to the mall, which isn't the players, it's just game controlled, for 1,750. There's a small surcharge that you'll lose. But then you can buy them from her for 1,300 gold. So you actually end up buying, if you sold 5, then you're going to be able to buy 6 from her, as an example. So make sure you guys do check out this occasionally. And you've got your backpacks and stuff in here, which are extremely useful, but everybody's always complaining, I've got no bag space, I'm going to have to spend real life money. Well, that's not the case. You can sell some books that you get from maps and stuff from daily and buy your backpack from here. So make sure you check out this chick here. And the very, very last thing, better wrap it up, guys. We do have the one quest. I'm going to show you where it is on the map. Down here, this guy is called Plague Investigation. So this is one of the reasons why you mainly need silver. At first, it won't be really obvious to you, but basically, he's going to get you to do 6 quests in a week. And each one of those quests will have a 30-minute cooldown, and in that 30 minutes you need to do 20 quests. It gets progressively harder the more quests that you do. So on like the 4th quest, for example, you'll be spending a lot of silver, and you'll also be needing help from your friends in order to kill the bosses in time. Help your priest out, because the priest can't do it by themselves. What it gives you, it's very expensive, by the way. It's like 500, 600k silver in order to complete like stage 6. So yeah, pricey. But what it gives you is a lot of spirit. It gives you just a lot of items in general. It gives you tactical training and stuff like that. And it's stuff that's going to be cheaper to go get the quest completed than trying to buy it outright from the store or whatever it may be. So it's worth doing it, but you've got to make sure that you have enough silver in order to complete the quest before you start the quest. So make sure you have an abundant amount of silver that you can spend at the auction house before you go ahead and try and complete step 4, as an example. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out our other videos. You can support the channel by showing the love and commenting below and checking out those we are affiliated with. You can also get access to all our different social medias, which I'll link down below. Until next time, Coffee out.